Today, we're talking about something that is honestly so powerful, but we just don't talk about it enough at work. And that's recognition. But we're going to look at it a little differently. Not as some, formal corporate program, but as what it really is. A simple, powerful human interaction. We're calling it the gift of recognition.
So let me just start by asking you a question, and I want you to really think about it for a second. When was the last time you felt truly seen at work? I don't just mean for the final result, but for the effort, the extra thought, the care you put into it. That feeling? That's the core of what we're digging into today.
You see, that feeling isn't just a nice little bonus. It's everything. The truth is, the very best work relationships, the ones that make a team click, they all thrive on one simple idea, that our effort is actually seen and valued by others. It's that human nod that says, hey, what you do matters. And that's what builds the trust you need to do amazing things together.
So that brings us to this idea of the gift of recognition. And thinking about it as a gift, well, it changes the whole game, doesn't it? It stops being a transaction and starts being, a gift. It's just the simple act of paying attention, seeing what someone's doing, and then taking a moment to say it out loud. It costs absolutely nothing, but its value, it's huge.
And this is where it gets really interesting, because this idea completely flips a common myth on its head. We tend to think recognition is all about big budgets, bonuses, and fancy awards. But this quote right here, it just nails it. Recognition doesn't need a budget, it needs heart. What really matters here, what makes it count, is that it's authentic and it's sincere.
Let's actually break that down. Look at this comparison. Over on the right, you've got your typical budget-based stuff. Bonuses, gift cards, raises. And look, they're fine. They have their place, for sure. But now look at the left column. This is the heart-based recognition. We're talking about a sincere thank you, specific praise, public appreciation. These are things anyone can give, anytime. It's about building a connection, not just handing out compensation.
Okay, so this all sounds great, right? But what does it actually look like day to day? How can you start giving this gift? Well, the good news is it's actually way simpler than you might think. It really comes down to a few simple, actionable things that any of us can do.
Here are 3 super simple but really powerful ways to get started. First up, a sincere thank you. Don't wait for some formal review. The moment you see someone do something great, just say it, right then. Step 2, a quick note that highlights their strengths. This takes what, a minute? A quick message that points out a specific thing they did well. Something like, wow, the way you handled that tough client call was amazing. It shows you're really paying attention. And finally, step 3, public appreciation. A shout out in a team meeting or a group chat. It just multiplies the impact and helps build a culture where everyone feels like they matter.
Now, I know these seem like small actions, but when they start to add up, wow, the effect is massive. So what really happens when a team starts giving the gift of recognition on the regular? What's the end result of all these little heartfelt moments?
It really comes down to 2 huge things. First, it's a massive motivation fuel. I mean, when you know your work is being seen and appreciated, you're naturally more engaged, more driven to bring your A game. And second, it strengthens that feeling of belonging. You stop feeling like just another number, and you start feeling like a valued part of the team. It turns a group of people who just work together into a team that's truly connected.
So, to wrap this up, let's go back to where we started, with a question I want you to carry with you. What's the best recognition you've ever gotten at work? Just think about it. What made it so special? I'm gonna bet it wasn't really about the money. It was about feeling seen, feeling valued. And here's the best part. That's a gift you have the power to give to someone else, and you can start today.